Connor.
Hey,
Hey, Connor.
how's it going?
How's it going?
Not too bad.
Where? Okay. What? What's up?
Yeah, sorry, there might be a lag because I'm calling from the UK. But
Wow.
yeah, I
Okay.
had a sort of theatre. It's more of a fuck up than a fuck head, but I guess I'll tell you anyway.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it was a few years ago when the new Man of Steel film came out.
Okay.
And, it was all going fine and we were just watching it as usual. And then halfway through the film, it just froze.
Really?
And
Whoa.
yeah, it just stopped, and we were like, okay, this is weird. I've never had this happen before. So, just for a few minutes, nothing happened. We were just watching this one frame of Man of Steel, and then suddenly this guy comes in. He's like, "Oh, sorry guys, we're going to have to reset it." And then it just took me out so much when they basically minimized the window of this like VLC media player,
Oh
and
my God. What?
I was just like, it just took me out the whole. I mean, it was Man of Steel, so it could have been could have been worse. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just so taken out of the experience. I'm like, oh, I could just do this at home. Like it's just VLC.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, they gave us like a free, like, oh, sorry, you can come back and watch a film for free. So
Was this a
it wasn't
legitimate
too
theater?
bad.
Like,
Still a chain. It was a
oh, really?
smaller chain, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like a massive one. But it was like a legit place, and well, I thought it was legit until I saw that it was just like they had this file and it was just on like this
Yeah.
media player. And
You.
then the worst thing is that they didn't know. Like it was like there was no staff watching the film. So like, where did you get to? Where did you get to? And then like the whole audience are like, oh, it was the bit where he's fighting the tank, and then he put it back like 15 minutes, like way too far back before
Yeah.
the part we were at. So we had to. It was just so weird rewatching
Rewatching everything.
something. Yeah, like that we'd already seen in
Yeah.
the theater. So I guess the cinema, the theater was the fuckhead there.
You
They were definitely.
you forget how many things run off of like a desktop computer
Yeah.
until you see that. I've seen like arcade, like racing steering wheel arcade machines
Yeah.
break, and
Yeah.
it'll boot up, and it'll be like Windows, and
Yeah.
it'll be like a
Yeah,
desktop with
Yeah.
folders on it, and I'm just like, this is an arcade machine. What the
Yep.
fuck? And yeah, it's just strange how that's all like just in the background of things
I
like that.
know. I know. I keep bringing it back to Disneyland. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I I
It's
apologize.
okay.
But Indiana Jones
Yeah.
still runs on Windows 95.
Yep.
It did then. It does now.
Mhm.
Because why it runs?
Why change it?
Yeah. Why change it? And I have heard rumors. I've heard rumors that they are working on. This is all again. There's always like behind the scenes cast member
Yeah.
talk. I have heard that they're working on Star Wars Land stuff on Windows XP. Like
Really?
XP came out in 2001, but it's like it still runs and it's so stable
Yeah.
that I've heard. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's true.
Well, it depends on
yeah,
when
it's
they started
weird.
working on it. Maybe they started working on it and built it all on XP, and they're like,
Yeah.
okay, let's just stick with it.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Your story about the arcade reminds me about like arcade games not working reminds me that so this barcade just opened
Yeah.
just not too far away from me, and I'm like, oh cool, I'll go and check it out because there's nothing like it near where I am. So we'll go and check it out, and they have like most of the games are like fake cabinets, but the one they have Street Fighter on, it's like inverted color, like it's half inverted colors,
Ooh.
but the background's okay, and it's just like you thought, and it was like a kick-started bar as
Ooh.
well.
Yeah.
Like the actual thing was kickstarted. So like you thought you'd actually like fix this before you open like
Yeah.
a working
Exactly.
machine, but it was free, so it was
Yeah.
alright.
I will say, I have been at movies where they like special screenings. We're going to screen this, not first run movies,
Mhm.
but, oh, we're going to play this old movie or we're going to play this, we're going to play that, where they play a Blu ray. I have been to that.
Yeah.
Where at the beginning you saw BDR play and it's like, that's what we're watching on Blu-ray. Because at that point, I do feel like, just give me the Blu-ray, I'll go home. You know,
Exactly.
Like,
and plus, you're watching on a giant screen.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Blu-ray is not meant to be blown up this big.
no,
Like,
no. Now, hey, 4K Blu-rays coming out,
Yeah.
that could hold up.
Exactly.
Mostly. But still, film at a theater is still technically higher resolution than even that. So,
Yeah.
But that's why you want to go, if you go to like midnight movies, stuff like that, you got to go to a theater where they really care.
Mhm.
Because then you go, like the ones, when we went and saw The Thing, it was like, all right, 35 millimeter showing.
Yeah.
I saw 2001 recently in Hollywood, and that they were like, we begged Warner Brothers for like just any film print, so it would just look good. You know, you could see real film. That's a different experience than at home. You can't watch film at home typically.
Plus, that picks up so much. Like, people don't really understand
Yeah.
how good of a of a
Yeah.
picture cameras from the 20s got.
Yeah,
Compared to
the
like
richness of detail.
Yeah.
that and back then they didn't know about adjustment or correction.
Yeah.
So they might have an image that doesn't look that great, but with today's technology, you can crank it up
Yeah.
and see detail that you can't get in even a digital image, So
Yeah.
anyway, whatever. So film's incredible.
Yeah.
But that 2001 thing was cool because they said we bugged Warner Brothers constantly up until the screening to get a print. And then just 2 days ago, they said, actually, the reason why we haven't responded is we just finished cleaning up a 70 millimeter new print of
Ooh,
the movie.
awesome.
Nice.
Do you want to be the first to show it? Fuck yeah. That was the best. I mean, Kevin, that fucking movie, I feel
Yeah.
like I went to space. It
Yeah.
was so big.
Yeah.
It was so
7
giant
millimeters
and
IMAX. right?
detail. Pretty much.
much.
Not quite. I mean, IMAX
not- yeah.
specific film is like square
Yeah.
that big, but 70 millimeter is in the realm.
You have to
You
basically
can-
show that in IMAX theater.
You can blow that up,
Yeah.
and it'll be and that movie was originally showed Cinerama, like it was supposed to be big and
Yeah.
wide. But anyway, it was so fucking big. It was incredible, and that movie, in particular, it's funny. I've seen it at home a million times. I like that movie. I like 2001. But seeing it in that theater, it was like it left being a movie and it was an experience. And that sounds corny, but it was almost like that was your whole evening because that movie's like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
They kept the intermission,
Yeah.
and it was so much fun because they had a little thing before it. The actors came out and like introduced it, and then they played it. It was fucking an hour and a half intermission. And then they brought donuts, and they had a half-hour break. I mean, or I don't know how long it was, but it was a break, went and got food, came back, sat down, and then, okay, now we're going deeper into space. It really felt like you were on the journey.
That's
with
why
it.
I loved seeing The Hateful Eight in the
it's an experience.
Yeah, because only a few theaters were doing it, but luckily
Yeah.
like what a theater near us was doing it, or like
that
I
one
have
still
to
has
see
all
it.
the gear for it.
Yeah. And it was awesome. It had an overture at the beginning.
Yeah.
Intermission. It was all on film, so you're sitting in the theater and you can slightly hear the reels moving
Yeah.
and stuff. And I just thought
Yeah.
that was so cool hearing that again.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't heard that. It's all digital now.
Yeah.
And it was awesome seeing it like that. And it's gigantic because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's 70 millimeter.
I'm not a digital hater.
Yeah.
I'm not saying digital can't be made to do great things, but there is an experience to film.
Mhm.
There is an experience to film. There are strides all the time. It used to be, no, fuck that. If you film a movie digitally, it looks like shit. I mean, that used to be hard line. That's it. But then, like Drive came out and it's like, this movie has a great look. And they shot it on Alexa on a digital camera and it looks great. So things will only get bigger and better, but there is an experience to film. There is an experience. I just think no matter what, even if you show your film digitally or with film, there needs to be some experience to seeing it in the theater that's not just at home. So if you're playing fucking VLC or a Blu-ray, I don't know. If you're showing something on a Blu-ray that like isn't out yet, that's another story. Okay. There just has to be some reason for us to all be here in the theater, I think when they played I saw something in advance and they played it on a Blu-ray, but that was fine because it was like, well, you can't see it anywhere else. Fine.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple like anime screenings and they showed something like ahead of time and it's like, all right, well, if you can't see it anywhere else, so be it. This is the best quality version I know of, so that's fine, I guess.
Yeah,
But
the first time I saw 2001 was in a theater.
oh,
And
cool.
yeah, like they took it so seriously. Like before we had like a little paragraph handed it to us, like the history of the film and stuff. And like I remember like watching it with a friend after, like you need to, because they hadn't seen it, and like I was just the whole time I was like, I wish you could have seen this in the theater, like it was just a completely different experience.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about like the third act of that film. I didn't know what that was. So like sitting for the first time in the theater watching it and just not really knowing what the fuck was going on was just
Yeah.
like it was so cool.
Yeah, it's there's just something different about it, and I think that's important to have something, you know. And I didn't really particularly care for like Peter Jackson did that like high frame rate Hobbit thing.
Yeah, I saw it as a novelty, but
Yeah.
like,
But at least he was trying to come up with shit that was a reason to like go check it out in theater. You know, it's
Yeah.
like maybe I didn't like that, but it was still like it was an experience.
I never
going-
seen a high frame rate movie before
exactly.
in the theater. I'm
it
like,
was fascinating.
Yeah.
I wish they would do that. I think that format, the high frame rate, works so good for real shit. I didn't think it worked for The Hobbit.
yeah,
The Hobbit, I like the cinematic look. Give me 24 frames a second.
Yeah.
But man, if they played like Planet Earth in the theaters,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
with that, oh,
it looked realistic.
that's the one thing that 4K Blu-ray coming up can do is 60 frames a second.
Ooh,
And I think if they can do that, rumor has it. I don't know if they have or they're about to, but rumor has it they're about to announce Planet Earth 2 4K Blu-ray.
oh yeah, I'm sure that's gonna come.
I might jump in on that if they do that. I
Yeah.
might like. I've got the Xbox that can play them now.
Mhm.
I might look at TVs if that starts happening because that's something that would be incredible.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much, guys, and have
No
a nice
problem.
evening.
thank you for
Take
your
it
call. I thought I heard Garrett coming in,
I did too.
but I ain't seeing him. So onward we go.